is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. We are powered by Right Wing News. You can watch us on Right Wing News and a number of Facebook pages and at Liberty One TV. But what do you have to do? You have to get involved. You have to make a difference. How do you do it? Very simple. Just check in right now. Check in on the page. Let us know who you are and where you're a deplorable from. I'd like to say your name. I'd like to give you a little love. And then we'll get her going. How's that sound? By the way, today's program is brought to you by the nice folks at the HearMeOut app. It is a fantastic alternative to the social media companies that we've all been having so many problems with. The HearMeOut app is kind of like Twitter, but it's with audio. And every day I give a little bit of and it's only 41 seconds, so it doesn't take up hardly any of your time. But I give you a little bit of update of what's going on and what's, things to think about. And it's interesting and it's entertaining and it's fun. And I hope you will download that app and follow me, Rusty Humphries. Okay, it's very important. Let's say hi to some people, can we? Nancy is there. Tanner wants to know, what is this about? Well, I'll tell you in a minute. Let's see. Helen is there. Karen is from Arlington, Texas. I used to live right down the street in Las Colinas. Karen, I love Arlington, Texas. Randy says it's having a hard time letting him on. Sorry about that. Janet's there. Mary's in Melbourne, Florida. Horencia is there. Hi. Missy is there from Minnesota. Helen is deplorable from Michigan. Dot is from Hammond, Louisiana. Mark's saying hi. Daryl is from Goodrich, Texas. Chad's is in Pennsylvania. Linda is from the Dalles, Oregon. I love the Dalles, Oregon. I remember the Dalles when I was a little kid. We went to the Dalles, and they had the biggest apples I'd ever seen in my life. The apple was literally as big as my head. Now, I was little, so I'm guessing it's not this big. It's probably, more kid size. But it was still the biggest apple I ever saw. And I lived in Portland for a while, so some of my old stomping grounds. Let's see, what else do we got here? Roger is there. Roger wants to know, why don't we bring the riots to where Whoopi lives? How convenient that would be. Yeah, so if you haven't seen my information, Whoopi Goldberg is talking about how she thinks it might be cool to see riots going after Trump. Well, I'll try to get to that video coming up in a couple of seconds. Mike Pompeo is a guy. He wants to be the next Secretary of State. He seems like a pretty good cat. Let's play you some video of some of the questions that the lovely Democrats asked. And let's see if you think he did a good job. And do you think that the questions he was asked were really appropriate and things that, I don't know, somebody of importance should be asked by, Democrat senators? Watch this.
When you were installed as director at the CIA, as you said in your testimony, you swore an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. As you pointed out, you've taken that oath 6 times. You've graduated from Harvard Law School, magna cum laude. You're an attorney. Do you think Special Counsel Mueller's investigation is a witch hunt?
Ma'am, I'm going to not speak about any of the 3 investigations that I have been a participant in today.
Good.
Do you think the president has the authority, recognizing your legal background, does the president have the authority to fire Special Counsel Mueller on his own?
Senator, I'm in no position to make a comment on that legal question.
Would you consider the president firing Rod Rosenstein over his role in the special counsel investigation to be an abuse of power?
Ma'am, I came here today to talk about my qualifications to be the Secretary of State. I'm not going to weigh into the active investigations that are going on in the House, the Senate, and the special counsel's investigation.
By the way, very good answers, but what ridiculous questions. And again, this guy's trying to be Secretary of State. The stuff happened before his time. Again, it's not what he's supposed to be there talking about. But these guys, these Democrats can't ever stop. I mean, they are always, I find them very inappropriate because to them, politics is everything. Remember, facts don't matter. It's politics. That's what matters to them. We got Russia problems. By the way, thanks to the Democrats on that one. What do you mean, Rusty? Because they've been making up this Russia crap ever since Trump won. And Vladimir Putin's not a guy that takes that kind of attack very well. So we got the Russia issue. We got Syria and, people being gassed. That's kind of something that this guy would have something to do with. And what does Cory Booker have to say? Oh, Cory Booker. What a dunce dummy Cory Booker is. I think Cory Booker is one of, if not one of, he's certainly in the top 5 of worst politicians today. Because, again, with this guy, everything is politics. Everything. Take a look at this dumbass.
You said in a speech that Morning in America that endorses perversion and calls it an alternative lifestyle, those are your words. Is being gay a perversion?
Senator, I when I was a politician, I had a very clear view on whether it was appropriate for 2 same-sex persons to marry. I stand by that.
So you do not believe it's appropriate for 2 gay people to marry?
Senator, I continue to hold that.
Okay, can we stop for a second? What in the hell does that have to do with the Secretary of State, whether or not he personally believes that gay people should be married or not? By the way, 10 years ago, Barack Obama said they shouldn't be married. Less than that. 20 years ago, we never thought it was possible. And it just happened in the past, 5 years or so? And now Cory Booker's making it as if, well, this guy should have known the future. He should have been on the gay train a long time ago. And because he wasn't a long time ago, he shouldn't be the Secretary of State. That's what Cory Booker says. Now, let's continue.
That view, it's the same view.
And so people in the State Department, I met some in Africa that are married under your leadership. You do not believe that should be allowed?
Senator, I believe it's the case. We have married gay couples at the CIA. You should know I treated them with the exact same set of rights.
You believe that gay sex is a perversion? Yes or no?
Senator, if I can.
Okay, I got to stop it right there. Do you really think it's appropriate that a United States senator asks a guy who may be the next Secretary of State about gay sex? Now, I know maybe Cory Booker, that's what he's thinking about right now. I'm guessing maybe that's all that's on his mind. All he cares about is his loins, maybe. I don't know. But do you really think, yes, David says Cory Booker is campaigning for president. You are correct. But is that really appropriate to be talking about gay sex during a hearing as important as this? Now, here's what I want to know from you. If you think that it is that important to talk about gay sex, I mean, that's Cory Booker's words, not mine. If you think it's appropriate to be talking about gay sex, I want you to give the thumbs ups. If you think it's inappropriate, I want you to give me the mad face. And I want you to tell me right now. I want thumbs ups or downs. Thumbs ups or downs right now. I want to see what you think. Is it appropriate? Yes, to be talking about gay sex, or inappropriate? No. I'll wait. Anne Marie says Cory Booker is a race baiter and a troublemaker. David thinks we should send Whoopi to Russia. Howard wants to know who would vote for Cory Booker. There's a lot of people who think he may be the next president. There's a lot of people that are talking about Cory Booker. Nino says, let's all go to Disney World and have a riot there. Ray says there is no sound or audio now. I went to a couple of other live videos going on. They're fine. Don't know. Sometimes you have to click the little button over here sometimes to turn on audio on the page. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Marty says, insight to riots. Can you say jail time? Nino says, hello. Bill says, Cory is a tool. Kim says it has nothing to do with his position. Maybe Cory's thinking about different positions. Hey, thanks for coming. 2 drink minimum. Cory Booker is perverted, says Marshall. Mike says, centrist here. People want the freedom and liberty to marry whoever they want. In all truth, it's nobody's business who loves who. Mike, you're probably right. And I think that the argument is over. I think the pro-gay marriage people, they won. Okay, great. We move on. Cory Booker wants to get in the DeLorean, hit 88 miles an hour, go back in time, and try to make Pompeo change his mind from back then. I don't see, I also remember, if Trump gets elected, he's going to round up all the gay people and put them in concentration camps. Hasn't happened yet. Actually, Donald Trump is probably the most pro-gay president outwardly in history. We hear Barack Obama may have been a little bit more pro-gay in the closet, if you know what I mean. But that's a different story. Morgan says these liberals can't think above their crotches. Robin says, get to the subject, thumbs down, not in public, nobody cares. Corey, thumbs down, send Cory Booker and Whoopi to Afghanistan. No, it's not appropriate, says David. Please, no, says Gary. Anne Marie says, seriously? Kara says there's no sound. Kara says, have sound on my phone, but not on my laptop. Interesting. Scott says, I will support a civil union for protection from the state, but marriages between a man and a woman. Che wants to know who the blank is Cory Booker. Cory Booker is a United States Senator out of, I think, New Jersey. Let's play a little bit more of this exchange because it is quite silly, if you ask me, and let's play a little bit more.
Yes or no, sir? Do you believe that gay sex is a perversion? Because that's what you said here in one of your speeches. Yes or no? Do you believe gay sex is a perversion?
Senator, I'm going to give you the same answer I just gave you previously. My respect for every individual, regardless of their sexual orientation, is the same.
So I will conclude by saying,
if I'm confirmed,
I will conclude by saying, sir, you're going to be Secretary of State of the United States at a time that we have an increase in hate speech and hate actions against Jewish Americans, Muslim Americans, Indian Americans. Hate acts are on the increase in our nation. You're going to be representing this country and their values abroad in nations where gay individuals are under untold persecution, untold violence. Your views do matter. You're going to be dealing with Muslim states and on Muslim issues. And I do not necessarily concur that you are put forwarding the values of our nation when you believe that there are people in our country that are perverse, and where you think that you create different categories of Americans and their obligations when it comes to condemning violence. So I'll have another round, but thank you.
Then he got into a whole thing about how Pompeo may not like Muslims. Now, by the way, I don't know of a Muslim country where you can go around, walk around being gay. I mean, I've been there. I mean, you say you're gay, you're dead. 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 By the way, a little headline. Thought you might find this interesting, but not surprising. Democrats are 3 times more likely to unfriend you on social media. Survey says. That surprise you? Doesn't surprise me one bit. See, what does it say? Just a lot. I mean, the headline's probably enough, but just give them a little bit of a. This year's bitter presidential election has caused a rift in online relationships, according to a new survey. 13% of Americans reported blocking or unfriending a friend on social media because of their political postings. But the study carried out by the Nonpartisan Public Religion Research Institute shows the impulse to block varies widely on gender and political leanings. The study shows Democrats were 3 times more likely than Republicans, 24% versus 9%, to have unfriended someone after the election. A similar disparity turned up for self-identified liberals versus conservatives, 28% versus 8%. Meanwhile, only 9% of independents reportedly booted someone off their online social circles because of politics. According to this, Democrat women are most likely to block friends because of their political views. So this is all Americans here. Republican men, only 8%. Republican women, 10%. Democrat men, 14%. And Democrat women, 30%. Does that surprise you at all? Have you been unfriended? I'll be honest, I've unfriended some people. I get tired. It's not that I disagree and that makes me mad. What I get tired of is the nonstop bitching and moaning and the lies. You know, I'll take somebody if they'll if you want to disagree with me, I'm okay with that. If you want to be intellectually honest, I'm fine. But when it is nonstop lying and exaggerations or just talking points like the women on The View, which I'm going to play this clip in just a second. Oh, Whoopi. Look at Chipmunk Whoopi. Oh, I'm Chipmunk Whoopi. By the way, does she have eyebrows? I don't think every time I've looked at her over these, I don't think she has eyebrows. I think she shaves her eyebrows. Why would you shave your eyebrows? Is that a thing? I've never known that. Jenny's been unfriended. Mike's had family remove him. Ooh. Chase says, don't care. Well, you should care. Phil says, lost many friends over politics. Joe's been defriended a lot of times. Jim says, my own niece unfriended me. Oh. Charlie says they don't block until they spew their voice first. No, it's they don't block until they spew their hate first. They spew their garbage and then they run away. All right, let's speak of running away. I don't think I can handle the entire 3-minute clip of Whoopi Goldberg and the wenches on The View, but I'll play what I can until I get tired of it. So here we go. Let's see what the women on The View had to say.
There are reports that you know who in the White House thought about firing Special Counsel Investigator Robert Mueller back in December.
Good.
And Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says it's still an option for him. Take a look.
Does he believe he has the power to fire Special Counsel Robert Mueller? Does he believe that's within his power?
Certainly believes he has the power to do so.
So, oftentimes just because you believe you can do it doesn't necessarily mean you can do it. Yeah. So I'm going to defer to the chick with the law degree.
Our attorney at large.
So what are your thoughts on this?
He doesn't have the power to do it. I mean, not under current law unless he decides that the law shouldn't exist anymore and he issues an executive order to get rid of it, which would be the actions of a dictator. No,
okay, stop. Hold on. We got to stop. Nobody did more executive orders than Obama. I mean, nobody. If Obama did, let's talk about DACA. Oh, well, that's unconstitutional. Well, give me the damn pen. Would you give me the pen? I'm gonna change. Let me see here. All right, we're gonna make it illegal for illegals to come into the country. There we go. What else? The list was long and powerful. How many times Obama just went, yeah, I'm going to sign that. Break the Constitution, pay no, Obamacare, that's unconstitutional. Yeah, we just sign that, no problem. Yes, Kara says, speaking of Sarah Sanders, notice how the feminists on that pathetic show never take up for her over attacks. They just over her attacks on looks and weight. Yeah. But I just, Trump can't do it. Of course he can. But the whole special counsel thing, I never liked it. By the way, they never did anything on Obama, and there was plenty to do for Obama. Didn't do any on him. Okay. Don't forget the phone, too. Yeah. Oh, he had a pen and a phone. Yeah. No special counsel's into Hillary. Oh, but she lost the election. So just because somebody doesn't get an elected office means that you can do anything? All right, back to these idiots. Here we go.
The most that he can do is he can request that he be fired, request that Rod Rosenstein, the acting attorney general for the investigation, fire him. And if Rod Rosenstein says...
And by the way, oops, sorry about that. I don't know what my computer's doing. But here's one of the things that's fascinating to me. Fascinating. So they actually had the huevos to go and get Donald Trump's attorney's papers. His private attorney, the attorney-client privilege. We have just, let's see here. Attorney-client privilege means nothing. Just get rid of it. Just throw it away. It's just a piece of paper. We're just gonna get rid of it. Right? That's what the Democrats are doing. And by the way, okay, I hope President Trump, and Jeff said, I wish Jeff Sessions wasn't such a, what's the word? Wasn't such a, gosh, what's the word I'm thinking of for Jeff Sessions? Oh yeah, pussy. I I wish he wasn't such a wussy, because he should be standing up to these idiots, but he's not doing it. Fred, no. We never, ever, ever take our political disagreements from the realm of the speech to the realm of the physical, ever. Okay? We don't talk about that, and Fred, please, don't do that. It's not right. Okay? Somebody else's troublemakers. Quoting the law, spewing hate for sure. Oh, Mary says we need to shut this show down. No, I want to give Mary a little chance because she won't do it. This is what liberals do. They come on and they'll type and they'll say stuff. Tell me, Mary, what exactly that I have said so far that you think my freedom of speech should be shut down. Tell me again. Give me anything, and we'll wait if you want. If you could tell us anything of why you think the show needs to be shut down. Do 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 boom boom. I'm not here. Let me just read the screens. I don't say Mary. Mary. Oh, not you, the view. Oh. Okay. Okay, I appreciate it. But you know, I don't want the view shut down either. I don't. See, there's the difference between Democrats and Republicans. There's the difference between the left and the right. I want more speech. I want Whoopi Goldberg to say all of the stupid things that she wants. It's okay. Because I believe the American people are smart enough to go, man, she's an idiot. Please, go ahead. Do it. Keep talking, Whoopi. All of them. I want to hear more from them. Okay, Mary, I apologize. I wasn't making fun of you. Sorry. Okay, let's get back to more of the idiots on The View. Here we go.
The law shouldn't exist anymore, and he issues an executive order to get rid of it, which would be the actions of a dictator. No, but he can't. Wouldn't it be? But he can't do that.
No, it's not.
The most that he can do is he can request that he be fired. Request that Rod Rosenstein, the acting attorney general for the investigation, fire him.
Nice.
And if Rod Rosenstein says no, I guess he could fire Rod Rosenstein.
But what happens if he fires Rod Rosenstein? Who steps in? Because it's not going to be
that will actually
maybe someone that will actually do it. But he has to get someone to do his bidding, which is why, and we've talked about this before, it's so important for the Lindsey Graham and Cory Booker bill to go forward. I know it's an issue today on the House, and that's going to protect.
Tell them what it is.
It's going to protect the special counsel from being fired. And so if the
anything that Lindsey Graham does, and if he's going to do it with Cory Booker, are you freaking kidding me? There's nothing. I don't even know what the bill says. All I got to know is that Cory Booker and Lindsey Graham are together. So does Lindsey have a new boyfriend now that John McCain's out of the picture? I don't know. But I do know that the only senator that was asking about gay rights was Cory Booker. Maybe just a coincidence. Laura Lee's checking in from Orange County, New York. Donna thinks those people are nuts. Jamie said the same thing. Some of us are not smart enough. That's why they eat Tide Pods and stuff. That's true. They have no idea what they're talking about. Nope. Rod Rosenstein's wife is a lawyer for the Democrat Party, says Anne Marie. Okay, will you do me a favor right now? Have you shared the video yet? Have you shared today's video? I know it's a pain in the butt, and I know that Facebook doesn't do a very good job of letting anybody see what it is that you put up, and it's frustrating. And, you know, I'm hoping that when the Zuck got raked over the coals, I'm hoping that maybe things are going to start changing. I do know that our good friends, Diamond and Silk, they are back up on Facebook, so that's good. But we need you to share the video. We need you to make comments on the page. You need to be interactive. And also, give me some thumbs up and some hearts, would you please? Let's do some of those right now, if you would, okay? Donna says, I think The View should be shut down. They only have one view. Donna, again, it's okay. Let them have their view. Let them do it all they want. All we ask for is that we are allowed to say our piece too. And I'm not even one of these guys who says, well, if they do it on ABC for an hour, well, liberals should, or conservatives should be able to have an hour too. I'm not even saying that. But I am saying that we should be able to have our voice and be able to be heard. The internet's perfect for that. Let's have the internet. Just leave us alone. That's all. We're not talking about the Klan. We're not talking about hate speech. We don't hate anybody. The hating's being done by the people that are yelling and screaming that they love folks so much. Oh, you disagree? I've not seen this show called The Good Fight. Have you? I don't watch it, but there is, I guess, a scene that's coming out this weekend. It's on CBS, and I know it's going to be a shock, but it might be skewed a little bit to the Democrat Party side. Let's take a quick look. Keep on the thumbs up and the hearts, would you please?
The lovely Corinne is handing out pads and pencils. Please only use these, not your own, and only take notes for this meeting. The notes will be destroyed afterwards. Good. I think we're ready to begin. We're in a very peculiar time. No, that's right. We should laugh. It's the only sane reaction these days. We're living in a time of farce, not tragedy. And the Democratic Party, for the first time, has a plan to respond.
Is that right?
You can laugh at that, too.
Oh, no, I'm done.
Our hope is to win this November, both the House and the Senate. And if that's the case, we want to be ready to impeach President Trump.
There's entertainment for the left. That is entertainment. You know, I've said this before, and I truly mean it. They're not funny anymore, and they're not interesting. The only thing that the left is up to right now is we want to see who can hate more. Who can come out and be the most angry? Who can be the most upset? Who can be the most victimized? Who can be the most insulted? That's what the Democrat Party's all about now. They're not about doing anything better. They're not about improving anything. They're about trying to make everybody worse. You know, they say high tide lifts all boats. What they want to do is sink everybody, hoping, I guess, that we all drown together. I guess. I don't know. Greg says there's no more Democrat Party. No, you're right. This is the commie party. This is everything that Kennedy fought against. This is everything that people in the 50s were afraid were going to happen. It's happening right now, and it's happening live and in color from the Democrat Party. Rolly thinks Hot Pockets may be making a new Tide Pod variety. Let's see here. Censorship is censorship. Everyone has a right to their own views. Yep, that's true. Esney says, make America great again. Good. I'm with you. We really need to be proactive and vote this election coming up. It's so important. Just vote these people that hate out. You're right, Donna. Thank you. Kara says they want to get Trump out however they can. That's true. And it doesn't matter. And by the way, that's Democrats and Republicans. You know, why do you think Paul Ryan is getting out? It's not that he thinks Nancy Pelosi, well, it is a cowardly move thinking that possibly the Democrats might do well and that he wouldn't be Speaker of the House. That's possible. That's part of it. It's also that he don't like Trump. He doesn't want to work with Trump. He doesn't want to help Trump. He's done everything he can. Oh, there's smiley in front of the cameras. I don't buy it for 1 second. Not 1 second. Democrats should remember that hate devours the hater, says Elizabeth. Yeah. I live in Arizona, and there's another big teachers thing going on. I'm not quite. I guess teachers are asking for more money too. And it's interesting. My daughter, whenever there's something political that my daughter doesn't quite get, I mean, she kind of pays attention, but then kind of doesn't. She's 17, she's a girl. Not that some girls really pay attention. She kind of pays attention more than most, but she was at her school. They did not turn the TVs on during the inauguration of Trump. Nope, can't watch it. Sorry, we got books to. Oh man, do we have books? We got to study putting condoms on cucumbers or something. We can't. Man, there is no way we can watch that inauguration. Sorry. Can you imagine if it was Hillary? Oh, would the TVs have been blaring? Anyway, for the first time today they turned the TVs on in the classrooms. You know why? Governor is talking about teachers and raises. Isn't that funny? Anyway, so there's this great politician. I've never met her. I've messaged back and forth on Facebook. I've tried to take her out to lunch because I think she's awesome. No, I'm not trying to get a date. I just think that she's very cool. I'd like to, get to know her a little bit. Anyway, her name is Kelly Townsend. And Kelly did a little video today about what's going on in Arizona. And I'm willing to bet, and with the teachers situation, and I'm willing to bet what Kelly Townsend talked about today could probably be applied to states all across the country. All right? So Kelly, very conservative, very smart. She is the House Majority Whip, and smart as a whip if you ask me. So let's take a listen to Kelly Townsend here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Good morning, everyone. Just wanted to reach out to you and talk to you about teacher pay. But before I do, I wanted to talk about Nike and the brand of shoe up in Oregon. That's where I came from and where Nike came from. And talk about the 1980s when I was in junior high and high school. Nike was the brand of shoe to have, as many of you will remember. And yet the kind of Nike that I had, you guys might remember this, the fake Nikes. Remember with the swoosh and the little thing that went down so they couldn't get in trouble for copying the brand? Remember those fake Nikes?
Oh, that's sad.
Those are the shoes that my sister and I got to wear.
Oh.
They were made out of vinyl. They were gross when they got wet. They were just not Nike. And the reason we had to wear the fake Nikes and not the real Nikes was because my dad was a fabulous and well-respected teacher, history teacher at a middle school there up in Oregon, in Southern Oregon. And he always felt bad that he couldn't give us the name brands and provide for us the material things that our friends had and that we couldn't have. And he still feels bad to this day. So I can tell you with all genuineness that I know what it's like to be in a family where the breadwinner is the teacher. So it can't be said of me that I don't understand that teachers aren't paid enough. They haven't ever been paid enough.
Give her some thumbs up.
And we'd like to see them paid more. And so being also part of the legislature, I see it now from a different perspective as to why. I remember the nights around the dinner table and the discussions and the frustration about not passing bonds and not getting the money that the school needed. And nothing's changed. We're still in that place. But here in Arizona, now that I'm looking at the budget, I'm interested in how this all works. I'm still learning. It's a complicated system of how we pay the schools. But something is changing and shifting in Arizona. Arizona has always given a lump sum to the schools, from my understanding, and that the school boards and the superintendent decide how to allocate that money, where to appropriate the money, and that we have always agreed that the teachers should get more to the classroom. Ever since I started getting involved in politics, I've always heard that. We need to get more money to the classroom, which means teacher pay. And it just never seems to happen. And last year, we decided to try and give a stipend to the teachers because the appropriation of school money has been out of our hands. It's in the hands of the school boards. And so we then last year went ahead and said, okay, we will try and allocate a stipend on top of that And now the impression is that we are in charge of what the salaries are for the teachers, and that hasn't been. And so it was Representative Eddie Farnsworth who warned us last year that if we did that, that it would give the wrong impression that somehow we decide what the teacher pay is supposed to be. And that's been shifting. And so now, putting it into our hands, we bind the hands of the school districts of where they allocate their money. And each school district is different on how much money they give to their teachers. In Arizona, we give the lump sum, and a lot of people don't understand this, but we give more than half of our budget to education. And so I want to encourage people to go to the school board meetings and talk to those people there and explain to them that what Arizona wants is higher paid teachers. And it's not the fault of the legislature. We have been trying and continuing to give more and more, and it doesn't make it to the classroom. So I want you guys to go online right now, if you have time, look up your school district, find their board, and find when their next meeting is, and plug in and get involved. Run for school board, get on the school boards, or go to the school board meetings and start holding them accountable. We pay our superintendents an awful lot of money, and there's places that this money is going that maybe could be better to go into the classroom. It's got to be focused on the true problem. The true problem is not the governor, it's not the legislature. We need to bring it back to the school board and demand that they pay the teachers a living wage. Hope you guys have a great day. Get involved.
All right, very well done, Kelly Townsend. She is of the Gilbert and Mesa, Arizona areas. I used to live in that area. I've moved up to a different part of town. I didn't know that. Did you? And, you know, one thing she says, get involved, maybe run for the school board. Yeah, that's how Sarah Palin got involved. She told me about how she got started in politics when she ran for the school board. Good for her. And Kelly Townsend running again, and I support her. Let's see. Okay, here's something I don't get. What is it? Have you seen the show Extreme Love? Okay, we're going to end it in just a second. Have you seen the show Extreme Love? I had not seen it till I saw this clip. I'm not going to play a lot of the clip. It's just like, I didn't know this stuff existed. And I know, silly me, I guess I should know this stuff a little bit better. Take a look at this clip, would you please?
At first, my goal was to gain 100 pounds a year. Last year,
I'm just going to stop right there. At first, my goal was to gain 100 pounds this year. Words I've never said. Right? My goal was to gain 100 pounds, she said, this year. Holy moly. My goal is not to live very long. Wow. Okay, keep going.
I think I only gained about 50. So realistically, I'm going to say within a year I want to gain 50 again, but I'm striving for the 100.
Hold on. Okay. I only gained 50, but I'm really working hard to gain that other 50. Wow. Okay, this is on TV now. We can't have conservative speech, but we're going to have this on because it's good, or we just want to laugh at her? Is that what this... why is this on television? Keep going here. Let me play more. Wow.
We met online. We were talking back and forth for a while and getting to know each other, and then we started to fall in love and find out how much we had in common, and we decided to give it a go.
Good morning. I was wondering, you in the mood for some breakfast?
Oh, yeah.
On a typical day, Suzanne normally likes to eat at least a dozen eggs, a full package of bacon as well. Today we're doing it as like an omelet style, so we're going to have cheese in there, bell peppers, onions as well. Alrighty, breakfast is ready. Can I give you a hand?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I can't wait to eat. My calorie intake every day, it pretty much varies depending on what I'm in the mood to eat, because some foods are healthier than others and some are really calorie laden. Oh, and those are usually the good ones. So I would say usually anywhere from 20,000 on up to, if I had to estimate, I'd say the most I probably ate would be a 40 or 50,000 calorie day, and that was one.
40 or you know that like 2,000 is about where you want to have it. Obviously, you can tell I've missed a couple of 2,000 days myself. Misty says you're losing me. I'm not going to play much longer. Okay, but again, this is considered okay. This is considered acceptable. This is considered good entertainment. This is considered, I don't know what. It's not censored. It's not ridiculed. Facebook and the leftist media aren't doing what they can to shut this down. This is far more hurtful to say that eating a 20 to 30, 40,000 calorie day is okay and teaching kids, hey, you know what? It's kind of cool to live like this. Than to say, you know what? Maybe you should be more self-sufficient. Maybe we shouldn't spend as many tax dollars as you want. And maybe you should be able to make some decisions on your own without the government getting involved. Okay, I'm just going to play another minute of this, and then I'll be done. Just another moment. I won't be a whole minute. Just a moment here. Imagine Michelle Obama watching this. Bill says arrest him for facilitating his wife's death as she's killing herself. Okay.
I was really hungry and really good food. Parker loves being involved in my exercising. He encourages me all the time to get out and waddle and to stretch, and even if I don't really feel motivated that day to do something, to at least stretch and get my metabolism going. And from the looks on his face, I think he really enjoys watching it.
Okay, I'm done. He enjoys me waddling. Okay, so that, I don't know if they're making fun of her or what. Greg says she's a lot like our budget. Larry says this woman should be put in jail because I believe we are the ones feeding her with food stamps. Max says her heart is going to quit from the overexertion. Very sad, Calvin says. She does not love life, does she? Exercising? Chantel says, are you kidding me? Let them be obese as long as they pay for their own insurance. Kurt thinks he probably has a large life insurance policy on her. Rhonda says it's sad, just sad. I'm looking at the deeper picture here. Diamond and Silk and Rusty Humphries are bad for the community, and we should be banned, according to leftists on social media. That woman should be celebrated because she's just being herself. And we should all love ourselves no matter what. What say you? Comment here, would you please? Would you also find my podcast, The Rusty Humphries Rebellion, on Apple Podcasts on your phone if you got an Apple, or if you've got an Android, you can download it with any of the podcasting software. There's a good one app called Radio Public that I kind of like. You can check it out there. Also, iHeartRadio. You can find it on that. My book is out there, 7 Ways to Win Political Debates, Your Liberal Family and Friends, and Still Keep Them as Family and Friends. Written by yours truly. That's me. Available in paperback, Kindle, and in the audiobook version at Audible. The Hear Me Out app, it's so important that you download that app. It is like Twitter, sort of, but it's for audio. And you just give like 40-second messages or less. And it's a great way for us to communicate. And I do some fun stuff on there, funny stuff, interesting stuff, political stuff. It's different all the time. Download the app, follow me. And if you put in hashtag Rusty on something that you upload, I'll listen to your app, to your message too. How about that? Okay. Jane says, Rosie probably loves that show because it makes her look slimmer. All right, tomorrow is Friday, so I won't be there. But you can, again, find the podcast. Oh, my new podcast with Orson Scott Card is up. We review everything. You can find it on my page. Just look for me, Rusty Humphries. Type my name in. Look for me in a blue shirt. And that podcast should be there. Or just go on same places you find podcasts and look for We Review Everything. Orson Scott Card's We Review Everything. And his take on Ready Player One is interesting. And we review everything from Ready Player One to Skinny Pop and everything else in between. All right? Mary says tomorrow is boycott day against Facebook for placing a ban on all like Diamond and Silk. Just post all day. By the way, they did let Diamond and Silk back on. They've apologized. But they sure as hell haven't apologized to me or my friends at Right Wing News or my friends at Liftable Media, Conservative Tribune, or Western Journalism, or at Liberty One TV, or at American Patriot. They have destroyed those people's lives. Rare.com, little things. I'm hoping that they learn their lesson and that maybe things will turn around a little bit. All right? That's it. May God bless you and may God bless America. I do appreciate you. I really do. My name is Rusty Humphries, and this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.